Good morning, students. Sorry, as we are having some internet issue, so we started late by 5 minutes. I changed this another line. Let's start. Let's quickly revise basic rules of accounts. As you are aware, there are two approaches: traditional approach, modern approach. Let's quickly revise it. Traditional approach. Yeah. Anyone wants to take revision today? Traditional approach. Yes, Hardik. Very good, beta.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, there are two approaches, sir, traditional approach and modern approach.
Hmm.
Traditional approach is divided into three parts: personal account, real account, and nominal account.
Hmm.
Personal account is further divided into two parts: due relationship, settlement relationship. Due relationship is one in which debit the debtor and credit the creditor. Settlement relationship is the one debtor becomes a giver, so credit the giver, and the creditor becomes receiver, so debit the receiver. Then sir, real account. Real account is debit what comes in and credit what goes out. And then sir, personal account. Personal account
Nominal
means
account.
nominal account. Nominal account means that debit all income and debit all expenses and losses and credit all income and gains. Then, sir, modern approach. Modern approach tells us that debit side all incomes. Debit side all assets and expenses comes with
Hardik,
the
good morning, beta.
yes, sir. And the
Ah,
credit side all uh, expenses, liabilities, and capital.
okay. Anyone who is interested in balance sheet pro forma? Preeti, would you like to answer balance sheet pro forma?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
गुड मॉर्निंग चलिए जल्दी बोलिए.
Yes, sir. Equities and liabilities. First, shareholder funds. Shareholder funds में share capital, reserves and surplus. Then non-current liabilities. उसमें long-term borrowings, deferred tax liability, non-current liabilities,
अदर
long-term
लॉन्ग टर्म
provision,
लाइबिलिटीज.
other long-term liabilities, long-term provision. Then current liabilities, short-term borrowings, trade payables, other current liabilities, short-term provisions. Then total liabilities. फिर आएगा assets. Assets में non-current assets, property, plant and equipment, and intangible assets. Then closing working capital, intangible
कैपिटल
assets.
वर्क इन प्रोग्रेस.
हाँ, closing
कैपिटल
working
वर्क इन
capital in
प्रोग्रेस.
progress. Then intangible assets under development. फिर non-current investments, deferred tax assets, long-term loans and advances, other non-current assets. फिर current assets में C is current investment, I equals to inventories, T is trade receivables, C is cash and cash equivalents, S is short-term loans and advances, O is other current assets.
वाह, क्या बात है बेटा. यस, वेरी गुड. नेक्स्ट. नेक्स्ट अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स. हु विल टेक रिवीजन? रश्मि, वुड यू लाइक टू टेक रिवीजन?
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
गुड मॉर्निंग. हाँ.
S1 disclosure of accounting policy, S2 valuation of inventory, S3 cash flow statement, S4 contingency and even occurring after the balance sheet date, S5 net profit or loss for the prior period item and changes in accounting policy, S6 remove, S7 construction contract, S8 remove, S9 revenue recognition, S10 property plant and equipment, S11 the effect of changes in foreign exchange rate, S12 accounting for government grant, S13 accounting for investment, S14 accounting for amalgamation, S15 employee benefit, S16 borrowing cost, S70 segment reporting, S80 related party disclosure, S19 leases, S20 earning per share, S21 consolidated financial statement, S22 accounting for taxes and income, S23 accounting for investment in joint
इन एसोसिएट्स.
accounting for investment associate and joint venture. S24 discontinuing
जॉइंट वेंचर यहाँ नहीं है. 27 में बेटा फाइनेंशियल रिपोर्टिंग.
accounting for investment in associate account
इन कंसोलिडेटेड फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट.
in
हाँ.
consolidated financial statement. S24 continuing operation. S25 interim financial reporting. S26 intangible asset. S27 interest in balance
फाइनेंशियल रिपोर्टिंग ऑफ इंटरेस्ट इन जेवी.
financial interest of interest in JB. S20 8 impairment of asset. S29 provision contingent liabilities and contingent asset.
वाह, क्या बात है। चलो, सो रिविजन्स तो कल से मैं नहीं लूंगा फिर। नाउ यू ओनली विल टेल। ओके, यू विल टेक रिविजन ऑल ऑफ यू।
Yes, sir.
वेरी गुड बेटा।
Thank you, sir.
रश्मि बहुत बढ़िया, प्रीति बहुत बढ़िया, हार्दिक गुड
Thank you.
मॉर्निंग बेटा। चलो, नाउ विल सी सम बेसिक एंट्रीज फटाफट। चलो, न्यू स्टूडेंट्स हु नेवर आंसर्ड। आयशा। यस बेटा,
गुड
आयशा।
मॉर्निंग सर।
गुड मॉर्निंग। कहाँ से हो बेटा?
मुंबई।
पहली बार आए क्या? मेरे से बात किया हुआ है?
नहीं, किया हुआ है।
किया हुआ है, फिर याद क्यों नहीं आ रहा है? बहुत दिनों पहले किया हुआ है।
हाँ।
एनी अदर स्टूडेंट? एनी अदर स्टूडेंट? न्यू नेम्स बेटा, न्यू नेम्स। परसों कौन थे? परसों कोई स्टूडेंट थे ना जिन्होंने नहीं आंसर्स दिए थे बराबर? यस आयशा, चलो फास्ट। क्रेडिट सेल्स।
क्रेडिट सेल्स, डेटर्स
पहले याद क्या करना है?
अकाउंट,
पहले
सॉरी,
याद क्या करना है?
सेल्स क्रेडिट होता है।
हाँ, इनकम होता है इसलिए क्रेडिट होता है। हाँ,
हाँ, सेल्स क्रेडिट होता है और क्रेडिटर्स को डेबिट कर दोगे।
डेटर सेल्स होने के बाद स्वीट ड्रीम्स याद रखने
हाँ
का।
सॉरी, डेटर्स, डेटर्स।
एंड पीसी याद रखने का, परचेसेस क्रेडिटर्स। नहीं याद रखता है तो एसडी याद रखो। स्वीट ड्रीम्स, स्वीट ड्रीम्स का एस फॉर
ओके।
सेल्स, डी फॉर डेटर्स, पीसी परचेसेस क्रेडिटर्स। याद रखना हमेशा। हाँ,
डेटर्स अकाउंट डेबिटेड टू सेल्स।
नेक्स्ट, डिस्काउंट अलाउड।
डिस्काउंट अलाउड, डेटर्स टू डिस्काउंट अलाउड।
डिस्काउंट अलाउड हमारा लॉस है क्या प्रॉफिट है?
डिस्काउंट अलाउड लॉस है तो डिस्काउंट अलाउड डेबिट होगा और डिस्काउंट डेटर्स को देते हैं।
डेटर्स को क्रेडिट करेंगे।
डिस्काउंट अलाउड टू क्रेडिटर्स।
बैड डेट्स।
बैड डेब्ट्स टू डेटर।
लॉजिक बोलो बेटा पहले, आयशा। बैड डेट्स हमारा लॉस है इसलिए डेबिट होगा। आप पहले लॉजिक बोलोगे ना तो अपने आप याद हो जाएगा। ये रट्टा मार के रखा हुआ है। एक्सपेंस पेएबल।
एक्सपेंस पेएबल, एक्सपेंस पेएबल लाइबिलिटी होता है और एक्सपेंस
एक्सपेंस अकाउंट डेबिट
एक्सपेंस
टू एक्सपेंस पेएबल।
डेबिट और एक्सपेंस पेएबल।
हाँ,
एक्सपेंस टू एक्सपेंस पेएबल।
बस इतना ही बोलो। एक्सपेंस पेएबल लाइबिलिटी है, फिर एंट्री बता दो। प्रीपेड एक्सपेंसेस।
हाँ। प्रीपेड एक्सपेंसेस एसेट होता है तो प्रीपेड एक्सपेंस टू
एक्सपेंस। इनकम पेएबल।
इनकम पेएबल लाइबिलिटी होता है तो इनकम टू इनकम पेएबल।
तो इनकम पेएबल कभी होता नहीं है।
हाँ, इनकम रिसीवेबल होता है।
इनकम पेएबल कैसे होगा? मेरा
इनकम
पैसा। हाँ।
इनकम रिसीवेबल होता है और एक्सपेंस पेएबल होता है। इनकम रिसीव इन एडवांस होता है।
फिर पता तो है सब कुछ। स्टार्टिंग में क्या चल रहा था?
क्या सर,
ठीक है,
थोड़ा बहुत दिन के बाद बात करी इसको।
इसलिए भूल जाने का क्या?
नहीं।
ठीक है, वेरी गुड। यस, एनी वन ऑफ यू? थ्री टेस्ट। रानी कुमारी जी। चलो, प्रियंका बिस्वाल जी। शी wants to answer three test. Raise your hand, Priyanka. आंसर बेटा।
सर गुड मॉर्निंग सर।
गुड मॉर्निंग।
सर हम थ्री का है। फर्स्ट है शेयर कैपिटल
शेयर,
आउटस्टैंडिंग।
नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स
और
आउटस्टैंडिंग।
इस number of share outstanding. Second day resource test.
नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स
Third
आउटस्टैंडिंग, उसके बाद
day
25% ऑफ नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स आउटस्टैंडिंग ना बेटा। हाँ चलो ठीक है, बोलो जल्दी।
resource
रिसोर्स
test.
टेस्ट। हम्म।
Third है debt equity ratio.
ठीक है, पर कल मुझे इसके अंदर का भी नाम बताना। सबा चलो बेटा, अंदर का बोलो।
गुड मॉर्निंग सर।
गुड मॉर्निंग, चलो।
टेस्ट वन में शेयर आउटस्टैंडिंग टेस्ट, नंबर ऑफ शेयर आउटस्टैंडिंग 25% ऑफ शेयर आउटस्टैंडिंग। टेस्ट
हम्म।
टू रिसोर्स टेस्ट, पेड अप कैपिटल, सिक्योरिटी प्रीमियम प्लस फ्री रिजर्व, शेयर होल्डर फंड 25% ऑफ शेयर होल्डर फंड, बायबैक price per share, number of shares that can be bought back. Test Test 3, debt equity ratio, loan fund, minimum equity to be the maintain our bought back, present equity shareholder fund, maximum permitted buyback of equity share, maximum number of shares can be bought back.
वाह, क्या बात है। देख के या बिना देखे?
सब बिना देखे।
चलो, कल क्या स्टडी किया सब आपने?
सर यही प्रैक्टिस कर रहे थे क्वेश्चन।
संडे।
यस सर।
और
और दूसरे सब्जेक्ट भी पढ़े।
क्या पढ़े? विच सब्जेक्ट?
सर इनकम टैक्स पढ़ रहे थे।
इनकम टैक्स। आदिश्री, आपने क्या स्टडी किया कल?
Sir, costing and loss.
एंड व्हाट अबाउट अकाउंट्स?
Sir, account Saturday I did. Sir,
एंड रिविजन्स? यू आर नॉट डूइंग रिविजन्स?
night I will do revisions.
Saturday, Sunday. Sunday is always for revisions for whatever you have studied in week.
Yes, sir.
Okay, remember this. Now next Sunday, from next Sunday, better don't waste your Sunday. Only revisions now. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Just want to ask you, all of you. Adishri, do you remember S11? आवाज नहीं आ रहा है आदिश्री।
Sir,
Hmm. What was that?
sir, accounting standard.
Very good. Which accounting standard? I know S11 is
Effect
accounting
of
standard.
effect of changes in foreign exchange rate.
So what you can recall in that? Why that accounting standard?
Sir, if the foreign exchange rate changes and the loan taken from there,
Only loan or any transaction?
any transaction, sir, if any transaction, what the changes happens, losses or the gain for the
Hmm. Which are two dates? I will give you hint. One is date of transaction. Dot.
date of
One is date of transaction, and what is second date?
the maturity.
Maturity. No. Yes, Preeti Kumari answered me. Date of settlement. Very good. Date of transaction and date of settlement, na beta. DOS and dot.
Yes, sir.
So Adishri, what it requires? Tell me whether it's difficult to read two accounting standards in a day for 10 minutes. At least your concept book. See, beta, 1 hour we have to give for revision, Adishri. Whatever the reason, cannot deny that. And revision is like not that you are studying buyback and cash flow statement. I know these are your favorite topics, but you have to start from day one. That is the first chapter.
Yes,
Action.
yes.
Okay. And every time, because you maintained your notebook, then why you are not revising it? When you revised your last 100 pages book?
Sir, 15 days.
Then why there is a gap of 15 days? Every daily 3 accounting standards you have to revise. In 9 days, again your cycle will start. Have you studied repeated distribution method in costing?
Mm.
Repeated distribution, or you
Yes.
forgot?
No, sir.
Then beta, that repeated distribution we have to apply continuously. Continuously distribute it to your mind, to your brain.
Okay, sir.
So now, beta, all of you, next 10-12 days, continuous revision हाँ अभी. ठीक है, चलो, very good. नितिन बहुत बढ़िया बेटा. How many of you are, tell me, means I don't want any fake answer. Sir, I revise daily whatever I you taught it in the first series, means first session or first inning we can say. Huh? How many of you? हार्दिक है, प्रीति है. रश्मि, are you revising it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Revise it.
Okay, ठीक है. Randomly you ask, I will ask you any question now. So, first 10 accounting standards. So read your 10 accounting standards till tomorrow.
Okay, sir.
Randomly I will check. ठीक है. Yes, beta. Many students answered. चलिए. So you are going to explain me the concept of employee stock option plan. Yes. Any one of you who wants to explain? Yes, Rashmi, would you like to answer?
Yes, sir. Employee stock option plan एक
क्या होता है ये?
ये हम एम्प्लॉय को जो भी बेनिफिट देते हैं ये ड्यूरिंग द एम्प्लॉयमेंट, पोस्ट एम्प्लॉयमेंट
हम्म.
एंड
बोले. बस.
सर
यस हार्दिक, क्या पढ़ा आपने बेटा?
दो तरह के बेनिफिट्स होते हैं सर जो हम एक एम्प्लॉय को देते हैं. सर एक तो स्वेट इक्विटी होता है और दूसरा एम्प्लॉय स्टॉक ऑप्शन प्लान होता है. सर एम्प्लॉय स्टॉक ऑप्शन प्लान जो होता है वो यूजुअली ड्यूरिंग द पीरियड ऑफ एम्प्लॉयमेंट देते हैं फॉर मोटिवेटिंग द एम्प्लॉयज. एंड सर यूजुअली ये कंपनी देती है ताकि वो ओनर्स की तरह बिहेव करें और वो और बेटर काम करें. लेकिन सर ये स्वेट इक्विटी अलग होता है क्योंकि सर स्वेट इक्विटी जो होता है वो हम इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट्स और वैल्यू एडिशन के लिए देते हैं उनको. और वो हम यूजुअली डिस्काउंट पे इशू करते हैं. और जो एम्प्लॉय स्टॉक ऑप्शन प्लान होता है वो थोड़ा सा मार्केट वैल्यू से थोड़ा लेस होता है लेकिन एज कम्पेयर टू स्वेट इक्विटी एम्प्लॉय स्टॉक ऑप्शन प्लान एक्सपेंसिव होता है थोड़ा एम्प्लॉय के लिए. फिर उसके बाद सर आता है इसका अकाउंटिंग ट्रीटमेंट. सर एम्प्लॉय स्टॉक ऑप्शन प्लान के लिए सर पहले तो हमको स्पेशल रेजोल्यूशन पास करवाना पड़ता है. एंड सर अगर वो एक लिस्टेड कंपनी है, अगर वो एक प्राइवेट कंपनी है तो ऑर्डिनरी रेजोल्यूशन भी चलेगा. फिर उसके बाद सर जो क्वेश्चन था बेसिकली उसमें ये करंट लाइबिलिटीज में दिया हुआ था. तो सर करंट लाइबिलिटीज में अगर ये दिया हुआ है तो हमको उसको फिर कैंसिल आउट करना पड़ेगा अगर जैसे ही एम्प्लॉयज उसको एक्सरसाइज करेंगे. तो इसलिए सर हम जो करंट लाइबिलिटीज है एम्प्लॉय स्टॉक ऑप्शन प्लान उसका क्रेडिट बैलेंस होता है तो अब हम उसको डेबिट देंगे. तो ईसॉप्स अकाउंट डेबिट, बैंक अकाउंट डेबिट टू इक्विटी शेयर कैपिटल टू सिक्योरिटी प्रीमियम अकाउंट.
वेरी गुड बेटा. चलो ठीक है, बहुत बढ़िया. So now I will explain it in the short beta in 10 minutes. What is employee stock option plan? If you want to write it, you can write it. See, option means not compulsion. Basically, when your employee works for a company, What we are paying? We are paying them salary. But if you are doing progress as a businessman, and if your employee, he's watching your progress, he's only the person who helps you to reach on your goals, and you earn money. See, in business, if you are businessman, remember, you will always focus on your profits, and profits increment is always, as compared to salary increment, is higher. And therefore employees always better, they watch you. Previously you had, assume, Honda City, then as a businessman you bought Volvo, and then might be, yes, Ferrari. So he is watching you. And normally what happens, he is having only Maruti 800 or Alto or Wagoner. So he is always comparing कि यार सर ने इतना कमा लिया और मैं इधर की इधर ही हूँ. तो we are also trying to motivate them. We always try to show them like you are also owner of the company. But when we will give this ownership, either you perform well, or you have to be with me in my bad days also and good days also. So there are two conditions. Either this is a service condition or performance condition. You won't leave my company for next 3 years, and then I will give you one share. I will give you one share, but whether that share, what I'm giving you, that is the option, not compulsion. First thing you have to understand. That is your option and not compulsion. Remember. So compulsion होगा तो employee won't take it. Okay, नहीं नहीं लेना ही आपको. No. So therefore it is not called as option plan. It is option to your employee. But when he will get the share? He will get the share after 3 years. After completion of service condition. And this is called as vesting period. इसको क्या बोलते हैं? Vesting period. Vesting period means condition. Now vesting period is fixed in case of service condition. This is only for general knowledge I am giving you. Accounting is very simple. Now the question is, suppose in market price is rupees 150. Assume. We are giving share, which is also called as exercise price, at 90 rupees. So what is my loss? 60 rupees is my loss. When I will get the share, when I am issuing the share after 3 years. So can I record this loss after 3 years or today itself, or should I divide it over 3 years? Question is very simple. And answer is yes, you are correct, all of you. It should be divided, this loss, over 3 years. Now what is the entry that I am going to pass? Entry will be, I will record this as expenses. Correct? and I'm going to issue shares after 3 years. Therefore, today I will show it as expenses outstanding. How much? 20 rupees into number of employees into number of options per employee. Option is given to all employees, beta. Means one decided category. And we will record according to that. You remember in in which plan? S15, defined benefit plan was there. So same entries we are passing over here. Expenses to expenses outstanding. Now I have to give some heading for this, no? Expense to expense outstanding. So heading is employee compensation expenses account debit. Employee compensation expenses account debit. To employee compensation expenses outstanding. Employee compensation expenses outstanding. So employee compensation account debit to employee compensation expenses outstanding. Normally it is shown under the head reserves and surplus. And expenses will transfer it to P&L. Sir, ये तो पता है ना, so expenses तो P&L में जाएगा. And outstanding will be normally shown under other current liability, but here under reserves and surplus. What is the logic to show under reserves and surplus? Because this employee outstanding is going to be part of the equity share capital. तो इक्विटी शेयर कैपिटल का पार्ट है तो शेयर होल्डर फंड में जाना चाहिए. शेयर होल्डर फंड में कैपिटल तो नहीं बोल सकते. तो बचा कौन? रिजर्व्स एंड सरप्लस. सो व्हाट इज लेफ्ट? रिजर्व्स एंड सरप्लस. सो वी कैन नॉट कॉल इट एज share capital because we have not yet issued share capital. So we will show it under reserves and surplus because they are going to become the owner of the company. So it's better not to show under other current liability. But our accountant, he had made a mistake. He had shown under the head other current liability. Ultimately, balance sheet is going to tally. But what is the actual head where you should record this in real life? It is under reserves and surplus. But where our accountant, he is not a Sanket sir student. So he has shown it under the head of other current liabilities. It's given in the question, in that question. So you got the answer. What is expenses outstanding? Now what happens? Now 20 rupees is recorded. How many years you will record this? 1 to 3 years. Expenses for 3 years. Then expenses account will be P&L में तो 20 rupees गया. P&L balance over. But outstanding under reserves and surplus is get accumulating. And after 3 years, what is the balance in this account? It will be 60 rupees. Then exercise period starts. Vesting period over. And which period starts? Exercise period starts. In exercise period, बैंक अकाउंट में कितना रुपया आएगा बेटा? बैंक अकाउंट में 90 रुपीज यू विल टेक. बैंक में लोगे 90. एंड व्हाट इज द फेस वैल्यू ऑफ द शेयर कैपिटल? अरे सर ये तो 10 रुपीज था. एंड व्हाट यू विल शो अंडर सिक्योरिटी प्रीमियम? 160 means 150 under security premium. And losses will be, you cannot record your loss again because you already recorded loss. So now outstanding account will cancel and you will write entry employee compensation outstanding account debit, ESOP outstanding account debit 60. So don't record expenses again in exercise period because expenses is already recorded in vesting period. So 20 rupees we already recorded in vesting period. 20. So 60 rupees will get accumulated, and that accumulated we will cancel in which period? Exercise period. सिक्योरिटी प्रीमियम में कितना था? हाँ सॉरी 140. सिक्योरिटी प्रीमियम में 140. सॉरी इट्स माय मिस्टेक. 150 is the price. So this is a concept of ESOP. चलो रिवाइज करने को 5 minutes दे रहा हूं. Whatever you understood, you have to revise it and you have to tell me after 5 minutes. चलो जल्दी से. 5 minutes I am giving you to revise it. जोर जोर से एक बार बोल के देखिए. व्हाट इज वेस्टिंग पीरियड? What is exercise period? This is called as vesting period, beta. This is vesting period and exercise period, and you have to tell me the answer. Raise your hand. Chalo fatafat. Revise it. Everyone revised it? Chalo. Last 30 seconds. चलो, यस दिनेश, एक्सप्लेन बेटा।
Yes, good morning, sir.
गुड मॉर्निंग।
Yes, sir. At first, employee stock option, it is an option that every employee, not every employee, but an employee will get if an employee is with the company for more than a period of time. For example, 3 years, including in company's bad days like that. And if that's the case, the employee will get the employee stock option. The employee stock option is nothing but the shares that an employee can get at a compensational price. And this employee stock option can be given to an employee with two conditions, either or. One of the condition is a service condition, and the other one is performance condition. In service condition, there are totally two period. One is vesting period, and the other one is exercise period.
Correct. Very good.
And this service condition is a fixed condition where the period is more than 3 years. For example, if we take a market price of a share is 150 and the employee price is around 90, and we will acquire a loss of rupees 60 rupees, and this 60 rupees we have to divide it for the 3 years. And dividing period of 3 years is known as the vesting period. For this vesting period, we will get the amount that for each year how we can give the loss. We will record the loss amount, and this loss can be shown as expenses account debit to expenses outstanding account. And as per AS 15, this is known as employee compensation expenses account debit to employee compensation expenses outstanding account.
Very good. Employee ESOP outstanding, employee stock option outstanding,
Yes,
actually
employee
increase.
stock. Yes,
हाँ, employee stock option outstanding.
yes, sir.
हाँ,
And
and then
this period is known as vesting period, and the next period that comes after this period is known as excise period. In this excise period, we will record the 90 rupees as bank account, since we have acquired the 90 rupees from the employees. And two share capital is rupees 10, and the securities premium that is gone is 140 rupees. And as for the employee compensation outstanding account, we will record this as employee compensation outstanding account, which we have accumulated from the past 3 years, that is rupees 20 plus 20 plus 20, which is 60.
very good. And this account will get cancelled.
Yes, sir.
Yes, सानिया हिंदी में बताओ बेटा एक बार। वेरी गुड बेटा।
Thank you, sir.
गुड मॉर्निंग सर।
गुड मॉर्निंग। चलो एक बार हिंदी में बता दो।
सर ईसोप्स एक ऑप्शन है जो एम्प्लॉयज को दिया जाता है कंपनी के द्वारा, और ये दो बेसिस पे दिया जा सकता है, ईदर ऑन द परफॉर्मेंस बेसिस और आफ्टर अ सर्टेन पीरियड। एंड दीज मतलब ये इशू किए जाते हैं, कंपनी इनको इशू करती है, मतलब कंपनी ये ऑप्शन एम्प्लॉयज को देती है एट अ डिस्काउंट प्राइस लोअर देन द मार्केट प्राइस। एंड as a company is aware that it is going to incur some loss in the future, it will record this loss. Company will divide this loss over the
Why? Because
vesting
market
period.
price will be different and your exercise price is different. तो मार्केट प्राइस आपकी अलग रहेगी 150 रुपीज, और आप लोगों को 90 रुपए में ही दे रहे हो, मतलब आपके जेब से कितना जाएगा?
150, 60 का लॉस होगा,
60
90
का
हमको
लॉस
मिल
होगा,
जाएंगे।
150 नहीं जाएगा, 60 जाएगा ना। एम्प्लॉय तो 90 देने वाला है भाई।
यस
एम्प्लॉय
सर,
कितना देने वाला है?
90।
हाँ, समझ में आया?
यस सर।
चलो आगे बोलो।
तो सर हम इस लॉस को ओवर द वेस्टिंग पीरियड हम डिवाइड कर देंगे, एंड ईच ईयर हम अपनी एंट्री पास करेंगे एम्प्लॉय कॉम्पेंसेशन एक्सपेंसेस टू ईसोप अकाउंट, एंड ईसोप अकाउंट हम ट्रांसफर कर देंगे रिजर्व्स एंड सरप्लस में इन द बैलेंस शीट।
कैरी कर लेंगे।
यस सर।
एक्सपेंसेस ट्रांसफर होते हैं, आउटस्टैंडिंग कैरी होता है। ठीक है,
ओके सर।
लैंग्वेज बराबर हो जाएगा, डोंट वरी। हाँ, और जब वेस्टिंग
एंड
पीरियड खत्म होगा तब कौन सा पीरियड चालू होगा?
एक्सरसाइज
एक्सरसाइज पीरियड में एंट्री क्या होगी?
बैंक अकाउंट डेबिट बाय 90 रुपीज एंड एम्प्लॉय ईसोप
इसो
अकाउंट डेबिट
आउटस्टैंडिंग अकाउंट, इसो आउटस्टैंडिंग, एम्प्लॉय स्टॉक ऑप्शन आउटस्टैंडिंग, ये नाम याद रखना।
एम्प्लॉय स्टॉक ऑप्शन आउटस्टैंडिंग अकाउंट डेबिट 60 rupees to
हम्म,
equity share capital by face value 10 rupees and to security premium 140 rupees.
to इसो आउटस्टैंडिंग and इसो आउटस्टैंडिंग अकाउंट डेबिट टू इक्विटी शेयर कैपिटल टू सिक्योरिटी प्रीमियम। वेरी गुड बेटा, तो बहुत बढ़िया। सो ये इसमें से आपको कितना आया था सानिया जी, जब आपने रिवाइज किया था या कुछ भी किया था तब? नई चीजें क्या थी आपके लिए, क्या सब कुछ नया
Sir,
ही था?
entries.
एंट्रीज नहीं थी आपके लिए, ओके। हार्दिक, आपके लिए नया क्या था?
फिर डिवाइड वाला वो मैं भूल गया।
ओके, एंड नाउ द क्वेश्चन इज, सपोज सर इफ एम्प्लॉय डिनाइज इट, तो हार्दिक क्या करेंगे? इफ एम्प्लॉय डिनाइज आई डोंट वांट दैट शेयर, यू कैन नॉट मेक हिम कंपल्शन,
तो
सो इन दैट केस व्हाट आर यू गोइंग टू डू? एंट्री।
सर वो जो लॉस थी वो रिवर्स हो जाएगा सर।
वेरी गुड, सो योर एंट्री विल बी
सर आउटस्टैंडिंग एक्सपेंसेस अकाउंट डेबिट टू एक्सपेंस,
टू एक्सपेंस। नो 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 नो,
उसको सर रिवर्स कर
इसो
So
आउटस्टैंडिंग डेबिट इज
reserves.
करेक्ट। यस बेटा, वेरी गुड, टू जनरल रिजर्व डायरेक्टली,
100। ओके सर।
where you are going to transfer it, don't show it in P&L.
यस
When
सर।
you are reversing these expenses, it is the expenses of 3 years. So if you transfer it to P&L, so your earning per share will get affected.
ओके सर।
So directly we will move it to
जनरल रिजर्व।
very good. P&L में नहीं डालना है मुन्ना,
ओके सर।
P&L में नहीं डालना है। P&L में क्यों नहीं डालना है? रीजन इज वेरी सिंपल, ईपीएस अफेक्ट हो जाता है उससे, एकदम बढ़ के प्रॉफिट दिखेगा ना अननेसेसरी, प्रूडेंस कॉन्सेप्ट के खिलाफ हो जाएगा। सो बनाने वाले ने क्या खूब बनाया, उसने बोल दिया डोंट ट्रांसफर इट टू पी एंड एल, डायरेक्टली ट्रांसफर इट टू जनरल रिजर्व, सो योर ईपीएस वोंट गेट अफेक्टेड। ओके,
ओके। यस
he has not told us logic कि why it is not transferred to P and L. So if you debit P and L, then you should transfer to credit also P and L. No बेटा, क्रेडिट P and L हुआ तो प्रूडेंस कॉन्सेप्ट के खिलाफ हो जाएगा, एकदम अर्निंग बढ़ के दिखेगा, and that year EPS will go up, and therefore we will show it in the which head?
जनरल
General.
रिजर्व।
Very good. Easy the question.
यस।
So what is the entry now? Yes. Every one of you beta. Now we will see the entry. Sir, security premium 140 कैसे आया? Very simple. 90 plus 60 is 150. Lurry. And we assume equity share capital की face value 10. If you assume 100, then security premium will be 40. Now company will have its own face value. अभी हमारे problem में we assume it is 10 rupees. And therefore balancing figure is your security premium. करेक्ट है लरी जी?
यस।
यस हार्दिक, बराबर है ना बेटा? हाँ
यस
जी।
सर।
सो सिक्योरिटी प्रीमियम इज नथिंग बट इट्स अ बैलेंसिंग फिगर। चलो बहुत बढ़िया कॉन्सेप्ट्स। और कोई कॉन्सेप्ट जो लेना रहेगा? हाँ, परफॉर्मेंस कंडीशन रिमेंबर, सिर्फ वेस्टिंग पीरियड इज नॉट फिक्स। हार्दिक, इट इज लाइक योर सीए एग्जाम, we don't know exactly when we are going to clear. So similarly performance condition, we will tell our employees कि our turnover इतना अचीव हुआ तो I will give you share,
यस सर।
और market price of the share इतना हुआ, that is a non market condition, turnover profit and market condition ये 1600 रुपए पे रीच होता है तो I will give you ESOP, तो दैट इज अ मार्केट कंडीशन। वन इज इन योर हैंड, एम्प्लॉय के हैंड में क्या होगा? टर्नओवर अचीव करना। मार्केट प्राइस एम्प्लॉय के हाथ में है क्या?
नहीं है सर।
सो वो हम लोग नॉन मार्केट वर्सेस मार्केट, वी हैव टू सीट इन दी सीए फाइनल। शेयर बेस्ड पेमेंट अभी कुछ नहीं करना है। शेयर बेस्ड पेमेंट देयर इज इंडेस, so that index 102 will see it in the CF final. Okay,
यस सर।
anyone has difficulty, raise your hand. I think I explained it very nicely. So I don't think you have any question. No one? Tanuji, do you have any difficulty? No. Yes, Tanu. What is your difficulty, beta?
No, sir, no doubt.
नो डाउट. अरे बाप रे, कैसे क्या बेटा? कुछ तो डाउट आना चाहिए ना.
सर क्लियर हो गया.
क्लियर हो गया. चलो बढ़िया है.
यस.
तनु,
यस सर.
एक आध अकाउंट का सेशन जाने के बाद ऐसा लगता है कि आज बहुत बड़ी गलती हो गई. क्या
मतलब
जाने,
सर.
एक आध अकाउंट का सेशन आपसे मिस हो गया तो ऐसा
यस
लगता
सर.
है. ठीक है, मतलब लेक्चर में आना आपको पसंद है
यस सर.
और सुबह उठा जाता है इतने जल्दी.
सर मैं सुबह जल्दी ही उठ जाती हूँ.
वेरी गुड. हमने एंट्रीज किए थे ना बेटा, ये 4 नंबर का क्वेश्चन के.
यस सर. लास्ट पॉइंट बचा था तो वही करना था बस.
लास्ट पॉइंट ही बचा था. टीवाई के कर लिया आपने?
यस सर, टीवाई के तो कर लिया है और अभी बचा है कुछ बचा है, कुछ हो गया है.
तो आज ब्रेक के बाद हम लोग पहले एमलगमेशन के एंट्रीज कर लेते हैं.
ओके सर.
We'll start with amalgamation today, and tomorrow we'll see TY के questions. ठीक है?
ओके सर.
Yes. Equity share option outstanding. Fourth adjustment. Rupees in 1,000 I think. Lakhs है. So 1 lakh. Option outstanding. तो तनु,
यस सर.
uh, at 20 rupees, when market price was 30. ठीक है?
यस
तो
सर.
tell me how many employees exercise their option.
सर
Bank account debit 0.5.
यस सर.
They will pay us 20. Oh, they will pay us how much? 20 rupees. Say yes or no.
यस सर.
And what is the face value?
सर 10.
10. So 0.5 shares into 10. To security premium, 0.5 into, again, sorry, the market price is 30. So 20 rupees. And issue outstanding,
10 rupees.
10 rupees. So issue outstanding 10 rupees. So you got this entry?
Yes sir.
5, 10, 5, 10, 10, 5, 5, 10. Very simple. हो गया क्या?
Yes sir.
चलो नोट डाउन इट. एंट्री नोट डाउन इट.
हो गया सर.
चलो ओवर.
Yes sir.
Yes. Bank account debit is outstanding account debit to equity share capital to security premium. Over.
Yes sir.
Yes. So here we have finished. First adjustment finished, second adjustment finished, third adjustment finished, fourth adjustment.
Finish.
And better revenue reserve to CRR, we are going to pass this entry. Balance sheet update कर लोगे खुद से?
Yes sir.
So your balance sheet is going to tally. Now I'm not going to solve this question. We'll solve directly 6 question now. चलो Yes, anyone has doubt? हार्दिक बेटा क्या डाउट है?
सर इस वाले क्वेश्चन की सर बैलेंस शीट सर मैच नहीं हो रही सर। हम सर अगर उसको प्रीमियम को जो रिडेम्पशन का प्रीमियम है हम उसको अगर जनरल रिजर्व से दें तो सर जो सीआरआर है उसका अमाउंट कंप्लीट नहीं हो रहा सर।
एक बार आज करने दो सबको, कल एक बार वापस ले लेता हूँ फिर।
ओके सर। एंड सर दूसरी चीज ये है सर कि उन्होंने जो वेस्ट करा ऑप्शन वो तो सर सिर्फ 50,000 है, तो सर 50,000 तो अभी भी लाइंग हो रही
बाकी
होगी।
का हाँ, लाइबिलिटी वो अंडर बाय लाइबिलिटी शो होगा।
तो सर उसको रिवर्स नहीं करेंगे फिर हम कि वो
अभी
एक्सेस।
नहीं, अभी तक एक्सरसाइज पीरियड खत्म हुआ है कि नहीं पता नहीं है ना।
ठीक है सर। ठीक है
ओके,
सर, बस यही डाउट था। थैंक यू सर।
यस। चलो नेक्स्ट वन, तनु रीड द क्वेश्चन।
Okay, sir. Parrot Limited, a non-listed company, has the following capital structure as on 31st March 2001. Equity share capital of rupees 10 full 10 is fully paid 330,
33 करोड़ शेयर्स। नेक्स्ट, जनरल रिजर्व
and
फ्री,
reserve and surplus. Yes, sir.
स्पेसिफिक,
And
पी एंड
free
एल
reserve.
फ्री, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर रिजर्व, स्पेसिफिक।
सर ये फ्री रिजर्व नहीं है.
स्पेसिफिक रिजर्व।
Loan fund 1800. The shareholders of Parrot Limited, on the recommendation of their board of directors, have approved on 12th September
मैक्सिमम
2000.
परमिसेबल बायबैक, सो हाउ मेनी टेस्ट यू आर गोइंग टू डू? कितने टेस्ट करोगे
Sir,
आप?
3 tests.
3 टेस्ट, वन इज,
Sir, share outstanding test, and
सेकंड वन,
second resource test, and third is debt equity test.
वेरी गुड, द प्रिवेलिंग प्राइस।
Sir, rupees 25 per share.
And in
Sir,
order to
आगे
induce this shareholder, it is decided the offer price
20%.
20% over market. So 25 plus 20%. What is the buyback
5.
price you are offering?
Sir, 30.
30 rupees. Very good. You are informed that infrastructure development reserve is created to satisfy the income tax act. ठीक है, मतलब specific reserve that we are aware already. And they are asking you कि loan funds भी 1200 और 1500 करोड़ है. What is the loan funds if
Sir, 1800.
1800 existing or 1200 or 1500? Got the concept?
Yes, sir.
चलो सबसे पहले मुझे बताओ, हाउ मेनी शेयर्स आर देयर?
सर 330 थे तो उसमें 10% हम लोग ऐड करेंगे.
नहीं 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 नहीं, नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स पूछ रहा हूं मैं।
सर
33 शेयर्स,
33.
तो
यस सर.
33 शेयर्स का कितना आप बायबैक कर सकते हो? ओनली 25%, नो?
25%.
तो हाउ मेनी शेयर्स यू आर गोइंग टू बाय बैक?
8.25.
अंडर फर्स्ट कंडीशन, गॉट द कॉन्सेप्ट?
यस सर.
व्हाट इज माय शेयर होल्डर फंड? ये फर्स्ट टेस्ट। शेयर होल्डर फंड इज 330
प्लस
plus
240
general reserve, security premium
प्लस
also
90.
considered, no?
यस सर.
And P&L
प्लस
also.
90 प्लस 90.
Don't consider infrastructure development reserve. How much?
तो
How much?
850. सर
मेरा तो
750.
750 आया। मेरा क्यों आया? 330, 240, 90, oh sorry, I consider 190, 750। हाँ, उसका कितना परसेंट अलाउड है?
सर 25%.
So 750 into 25%, how much? करना जल्दी जल्दी, कैलसी नहीं
सर
है क्या आपके पास?
187.5.
हाँ, and what is the buyback price per share?
सर 30 rupees.
30 rupees. So divide by 30, how many shares you will buy back?
6.25.
Understood?
यस सर.
What is your loan fund?
1800
There are three
and
situations, no?
1200 and 1500.
1500. So equity to be maintained कितना?
सर 900,
हम्म
600 and 750.
अभी शेयर होल्डर फंड कितना है?
750.
इधर
750, 750।
हाँ, तो फर्स्ट केस में तो हो ही नहीं सकता,
यस सर।
बिकॉज यू वांट टू मेंटेन 900, तो इसमें नहीं होगा।
यस सर, एंड
थर्ड
थर्ड केस
सिचुएशन
में
में भी
भी
नहीं होगा। यू आर गेटिंग दिस
सेकंड
कॉन्सेप्ट?
सिचुएशन। यस सर।
So first and third situation may not possible because
सर
900
900
you have to
मेंटेन
maintain and you have only 750, so you already have less
750।
amount. So
यस
first
सर।
situation not possible,
यस सर।
third situation not possible. Here it is possible. Kitna?
सर 150।
150. But out of 150, how much you have to create? You also have to create
सर
CRR, no?
यस सर।
So
एंड
CRR
बाय बैक,
कितना होगा? CRR is 10 rupees and buyback is 30
एंड बाय
rupees.
बैक 30।
So 150 will be divided in 40 into 30 is equal to. So 112.5 is you can do it.
यस सर।
And 112.5 divided by 30 is equal to how many shares you can bought back? 3.7.
3.75।
Whichever is lower. तो whichever is lower तीनों में कौन lower है बेटा?
सर 3.75।
तो डेट इक्विटी रेशियो टेस्ट आपको फुलफिल करनी है. सो 3.75 कैन बी बॉट बैक. एंट्री क्या होगी?
सर
शेयर्स बॉट बैक
बाय बैक
3.75
डेबिट टू
इंटू 30.
बैंक,
इक्विटी शेयर कैपिटल अकाउंट डेबिट 3.75 इंटू
सिक्योरिटी
10.
प्रीमियम डेबिट टू इक्विटी
सिक्योरिटी
शेयर।
मतलब प्रीमियम ऑन रिडम्पशन भी लिख सकते हो. प्रीमियम पेबल ऑन रिडम्पशन. यू
सर
आर
ये
गेटिंग
तो
दिस पॉइंट?
रिडेम्पशन नहीं हो रहा है ना।
क्यों? सॉरी, प्रीमियम पेबल ऑन बायबैक. सॉरी,
यस
प्रीमियम
सर।
पेबल ऑन बायबैक कितना?
सर
20.
3.75 इंटू 20।
हाँ, एंड इट इज 30 रुपीज. यू आर गेटिंग दिस कॉन्सेप्ट. चार एंट्रीज पास होंगी. इफ यू वांट टू पास ओनली सिंगल एंट्री यू कैन पास इट सिक्योरिटी प्रीमियम को डायरेक्ट डेबिट, बट मोर प्रेफरेबल प्रीमियम पेबल ऑन बायबैक एंड देन पास एंट्री सिक्योरिटी प्रीमियम टू प्रीमियम पेबल ऑन बायबैक. गॉट द
ओके सर।
कॉन्सेप्ट?
यस सर।
सो दिस इज ऑल फॉर यस बेटा दिस चैप्टर. टेक अ स्क्रीनशॉट
बाय।
एंड विल गिव ब्रेक. और ब्रेक के उस पर आप लोग अच्छे से करके आओ. यस, एमलगमेशन एंट्रीज क्विकली रिवाइज करो.
ओके सर।
Amalgamation entries, so it will be easy for you. Okay, chalo
ओके सर।
screenshot 1. टिक टिकी जो को
डन
हटा
सर।
दे. डन. Screenshot 2.
डन सर।
Screenshot 3. आपका होमवर्क कंप्लीट करते हो आप तनु जी?
यस सर।
डेली?
यस सर।
कितना मिसिंग है?
सर पीछे का एक आध दो चैप्टर बस मिसिंग है, वो मतलब जो आपने नहीं लिया था, और बाकी तो सब कंप्लीट है।
अभी
डन
मैंने
सर।
नहीं लिया था वो ऑप्शन में ही छोड़ दोगे क्या?
नो सर, मतलब वो थोड़ा टाइम नहीं मिला था तो इस वजह से, और उसको रिवाइज करना बाकी है। डन सर।
सबसे ज्यादा नोटबुक बड़ी अपने सब्जेक्ट की हुई रहेगी आपकी.
यस सर, एंड कॉस्टिंग के भी है सर।
कॉस्टिंग की भी बड़ी बुक है. वेरी गुड.
डन सर। डन सर। डन सर। डन सर। डन सर।
चलो, थैंक यू. सो आई होप
थैंक यू
कि
सर।
बायबैक इज इजी फॉर यू. इसमें कोई ऑप्शन
यस
में
सर।
रखने वाली चीजें हैं?
नो सर।
तो अच्छे से रिवाइज करना. वन क्वेश्चन विल बी देयर, आइदर एमसीक्यू और 5 मार्क क्वेश्चन. डू नॉट लीव इट इन ऑप्शन. इट्स वेरी सिंपल क्वेश्चन. ठीक है, अभी फुल
यस
फ्रेश
सर।
मूड में आना. वी आर गोइंग टू स्टार्ट विद एमलगमेशन. आई एम गिविंग यू 5-10 मिनट्स फॉर रिवीजन एंड विल स्टार्ट एट 8:30. तो अच्छे से करो, रिविजन्स करके आओ एमलगमेशन के. सो इट विल बी इजी. इफ यू, हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू आर नॉट अवेयर अबाउट एनी जर्नल एंट्री? रेज योर हैंड. सर टेक इट फ्रॉम स्क्रैच. जीरो से लेने चाहिए ऐसे कितने लोगों को लगता है? नयन पाटिल, नया, अरे बाप रे, वाय वैदई? यस बेटा
Sir,
वैदई, वाय?
I did that in my college, so I don't know much of it.
You did it in recorded.
Yes, sir.
ओके, ठीक है. अदर स्टूडेंट्स एटलीस्ट दे आर अवेयर अबाउट बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट्स. ठीक है, सो लेट्स सी, we'll revise it when. What is your next chapter is?
Internal reconstruction.
Oh, internal reconstruction is there. इंटरनल रिकंस्ट्रक्शन है क्या?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, सो आई कैनॉट ब्रेक दैट सीक्वेंस. ठीक है, विल डू इंटरनल रिकंस्ट्रक्शन देन. ओके, सो कितने डेज है इंटरनल रिकंस्ट्रक्शन? हाउ मेनी डेज? चेक. हाउ मेनी डेज? मनीष, सुनो ना, अभी आज का जो ये स्टार्टिंग का आप बदल सकते हो क्या? हाँ, तो बायबैक एंड इंटरनल रिकंस्ट्रक्शन ये लिख सकते हो क्या टेम्पलेट में? टॉपिक का आप चेंज करवा दोगे क्या उतना? हाँ, इंटरनल रिकंस्ट्रक्शन जो नेक्स्ट है ना, वो अब भी करवाना है, आपके पास शेड्यूल में रहेगा. बायबैक तो था ही. एक सेकंड, एक सेकंड, एक सेकंड, ये बोल रहे इंटरनल रिकंस्ट्रक्शन, नितिन बोल रहा है एमलगमेशन. एक ही सेकंड, वही सी प्रॉपरली.
सर 21 को बाईबैक दिख रहा है एंड उसके बाद 23 को अमलगमेशन दिख रहा है.
नॉट इंटरनल रिकंस्ट्रक्शन, नो.
यस सर.
इंटरनल रिकंस्ट्रक्शन कब से दिख रहा है?
सर इंटरनल रिकंस्ट्रक्शन 30 को दिख रहा है.
हाँ ठीक है, फिर एमलगमेशन ये नाम डालो.
Sorry, sir.
ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम. आज बायबैक है, बट हमारा बायबैक कंप्लीट हो गया है, तो एमलगमेशन स्टार्ट कर देता हूँ. ठीक है, ओके. सो वो एक बार कर लेते हैं एमलगमेशन. कल भी है थोड़ा सा बायबैक, होमवर्क के प्रॉब्लम से, तो कल वो भी डिस्कशन होगा, पर आज मैं एमलगमेशन स्टार्ट कर दूंगा. ठीक है मनीष? अजीत सर सुनते रहेंगे यहाँ पे अब भी. अजीत सर, आर यू देयर? नहीं, शायद मंदिर में हो गया अभी. ठीक है, चलो, मैं एक बोल देता हूँ उनको, आप सिर्फ ये डाल दो. हाँ ठीक है, ब्रेक ले लेना. एमलगमेशन एंट्रीज 20 मिनट्स के बाद हम लोग देखेंगे, सो रिवाइज इट.
ओके सर.
चलो बेटा, लेट्स स्टार्ट एमलगमेशन। एक 2 मिनट से ये आपको दिखेगा यहाँ पे। एक सेकंड, रिमूव दिस। ओके, सो बेटा नाउ one of the, you can say, not difficult, one of the tricky chapter like cash flow statement. We will try to make it very simple. हे बंद करेल. First, we will quickly revise what is expected in this amalgamation chapter. I am expecting transferor books, ledger accounts directly, and in case of transferee book, I am interested in PC calculation. If you are able to answer PC, better you can solve any question. So we'll try maximum PC questions, past examination questions of 5-6 papers we'll take. Even study material questions we'll take. So it will be easy for you. Okay? Chaliye. So I'm not going to tell you directly entries. First, I will tell you what is the our aim. So in today's session, we'll try to cover all journal entries. And in tomorrow's session, we will take some illustrations. So I want everyone of our class, they have grip over the journal entries. How many of you think that you are already have confidence in journal entries and ledger accounts? Me, without looking into answer, you can visualize it. How many of you? Rashmi, very good beta. Hardik, very good. Only 2 students. Why other students beta? Tannu, very good beta. Preeti, very good. Dilip, next. वैदई, वाह. वैदई, आपको एंट्रीज आती है? You are already know these entries?
Sir, I know the traditional and modern approach, so I think that I can visualize the ledger.
No, no, no. Already you studied it. I am asking you, those
Yes,
students
sir.
who already studied it and they are now have
Oh,
confidence while answering it
okay, sir.
before explanation.
Okay, sir.
Only 4 students. And you कितना टाइम स्पेंड किया था बेटा हार्दिक सर ने इसके ऊपर?
सर अच्छा खासा टाइम स्पेंड हुआ था सर, मतलब सर ऐसे नंबर ऑफ क्लासेस नहीं याद, लेकिन सर काफी अच्छा टाइम स्पेंड किया था। पहले तो सर स्टार्टिंग में पीसी कैलकुलेशन कराई थी, फिर जनरल एंट्रीज पे, स्पेसिफिकली सर एलो 5 पे वो सर सारा क्लियर कर देता।
Can you tell me Hardik equity shareholder account?
सर इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर्स अकाउंट, सर सबसे पहले तो सर रियलाइजेशन में जाएगा। तो सर जो उनका रियलाइजेशन में पहले तो सर प्रेफरेंस शेयर ट्रांसफर होते हैं रियलाइजेशन में, फिर उसके बाद इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर्स का ट्रांसफर होगा। तो सर
I want
सबसे
directly equity shareholder account.
सर पहले तो 2 इक्विटी शेयर्स इन न्यू कंपनी, 2 डिबेंचर्स इन न्यू कंपनी अगर दिया है, 2 परचेज में कह रहा हूँ, 2 प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स इन न्यू कंपनी, 2 कैश अगर कुछ दिया है, फिर से 2 रियलाइजेशन अगर ये लॉस है। लेकिन अगर सर प्रॉफिट होगा तो सर बाय इक्विटी शेयर, बाय रियलाइजेशन होगा, और सर जो ट्रांसफर हुआ है सारा अमाउंट बाय इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर्स के थ्रू होगा जब वो हमने ड्यू करा था।
पहले पेमेंट होगा कि पहले ड्यू होगा?
पहले से ड्यू होगा।
तो पहले क्या बोलना चाहिए था, डेबिट साइड और क्रेडिट साइड?
पहले सर क्रेडिट साइड फिर डेबिट साइड, मैंने गलत बोल दिया सर।
ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं, वेरी गुड, बट यस, नाइसली यू एक्सप्लेंड इट, ठीक है. And other students, don't worry, beta. We will try to understand it today. I will take it in. Might be approach will be different, but ultimate entries will be same. Okay. तो सर ने ऑलरेडी किया हुआ है, तो आई डोंट हैव टू टेक मच एफर्ट्स, पुट द मच एफर्ट्स ऑन दिस चैप्टर, बट ठीक है. दो स्टूडेंट्स हु कैन नॉट आंसर इट टुमारो सेशन, आई रिक्वेस्ट यू ऑल कि आप रिवाइज करके आना वट एवर आई taught you today, and in tomorrow's session you have to answer me. Okay. So आदिश्री, जैसे एमलगमेशन के बदले में इफ आई टेक कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट, तो इन कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट इफ आई आस्क यू, डायरेक्ट मेथड में यू ओपन डेटर्स अकाउंट और इनडायरेक्ट मेथड में यू ओपन डेटर अकाउंट? आदिश्री,
Sir,
डेटर अकाउंट यू ओपन इन विच मेथड, डायरेक्ट और इनडायरेक्ट?
direct method, sir.
डायरेक्ट मेथड. व्हाट इज द प्रोफॉर्मा ऑफ डेटर अकाउंट?
Sir, debit plus credit minus buy balance, two
टू
balance,
बैलेंस.
two sales at buy balance credit down, two sales by this discount allowed.
By cash only.
Yes, sir, by
We are
cash.
not
Okay.
interested not in by cash, no.
Yes,
We
sir.
won't write by sales return or all these in by cash. This is simple pro forma.
Okay, sir.
What is the pro forma of income tax?
Sir, to payable by payable. Sorry, sir. Sir. By payable to payable. To P&L.
By P&L to cash.
Yes, sir.
You forgot or what, Adishri?
No, sir.
To cash and by P&L.
Yes, sir.
What is accumulated depreciation pro forma?
Sir, by balance to balance.
Adishri. Huh.
Sir, by balance carried down.
Carried down.
Brought down, sir.
What
To
carried
balance
down and brought
carried
down? Huh. By
by depreciation to asset.
asset account.
Debit plus credit balance. To balance brought down, by balance carried down, by depreciation,
By depreciation or by accumulated depreciation?
accumulated depreciation, by sales,
By
sales.
sales.
Sir,
Sales.
bank, sir.
By cash.
Cash or bank, sir. If loss by
Loss.
profit to profit.
And to cash, who will tell?
Yes, sir.
New asset purchase. Adishri, to cash.
Sir, asset purchase.
And in case of investment account, which account is not there?
Sir, depreciation account.
Indirect method we start in operating activity with?
Then retained earnings.
Retained earnings or?
Sir, PBT, PAT.
Then we shift to?
Operating activities before working capital changes.
And then?
Working capital changes, operating activities,
Cash
then
generated from
cash
operation.
generated, income tax minus.
And here what, this is first round is what, which round?
Elimination rounds.
And this is?
Working capital changes.
If current asset increases, then?
Current asset increases, outflow, sir.
Very good. प्रोफॉर्मा पे मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी रोज, लगातार 10 days.
Yes, sir.
चलो ठीक है. So if anyone asks you cash flow statement, then you can easily answer it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then what about amalgamation? Hmm? Adishri?
Sir,
In amalgamation, why only Hardik focused on ledger accounts?
sir, I couldn't attend the classes, sir. I was hospitalized, so
Due to amalgamation?
no, sir. I
Chalo, no problem. I thought कि you hospitalized due to that amalgamation chapter.
no, sir.
It was very scary chapter or easy chapter? What do you think?
Sir, you know, I thought it is very difficult, sir.
What?
Difficult, sir.
Difficult. अच्छा ठीक है देखते हैं आई वांट दिस आंसर आफ्टर 4 days लेट्स सी चलो सो लेट्स स्टार्ट बेटा वेरी गुड कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट में ऑल ऑफ यू हैव ग्रीप आई जस्ट आस्क यू दिस टॉपिक कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट बिकॉज आई जस्ट वांट टू टेक अ रिवीजन of cash flow statement. Similarly, see there are only 5-6 chapters which are practical based, and almost it covers 50 marks. Accounting standard will help you not only at inter level, but it will help you at final level because accounting standards are in detail at final level and in DAS. So you cannot leave that chapter in option. But see, this time what happened? Your cash flow statement is ultimately of 6-8 marks. I don't think 7 marks ka tha, shayad se. Amalgamation was there. Internal reconstruction was also there. So almost 14 marks, 10 marks ये था. And branch का भी एक छोटा क्वेश्चन था. बायबैक का याद नहीं मुझे बायबैक था या नहीं था. बायबैक को मैंने देखा नहीं एक्चुअली. और कौन सा चैप्टर रहेगा आपका? यस सो ऑल प्रैक्टिकल क्वेश्चन कंसोलिडेशन था. कंसोलिडेशन भी था तो वो भी इजी था. कंसोलिडेशन दैट इज अ प्री इनकॉर्पोरेशन बैलेंस शीट था पूरा. पोस्ट इनकॉर्पोरेशन नॉट प्री इनकॉर्पोरेशन. स्टार्टिंग डेट से था तो पूरा प्रॉफिट पोस्ट एक्विजिशन था. सो अकॉर्डिंग टू मी 50 मार्क्स का पेपर वॉज प्रैक्टिकल क्वेश्चन पेपर एंड 50 मार्क का पेपर वॉज 30 मार्क्स तो एमसीक्यू था. बचा 20 मार्क का ओनली दे आस्क यू अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स. ओके आउट ऑफ 27 अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड जो हमने 1.5 महीना लगातार 2 महीने मेहनत किया और उसके बाद इतू सा अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड इज आस्क इन द एग्जाम. तो बेटा मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी नो डाउट इन दैट. ठीक है सो लेट्स स्टार्ट विद द एमलगमेशन चैप्टर फर्स्ट. नाउ नेक्स्ट 45 minutes are very important. Every one of you will concentrate. I want your participation. I want everyone uh, not only concentration but your thinking is very important in this chapter. Okay, so see, in simple language there is old company and new company. First try to understand aim of these two companies. What is the aim of these two companies? New company wants to open books and old company wants to close books. Simple. You can write it also. Note down. Old company want to close books. New company wants to open books. Now logically tell me. Logically. Yes. Who is Vaidai? Vaidai beta, raise your hand. Who is not known any concept? Huh. So she will answer some small questions. Yes, Vaidai. It's very simple beta. Old company wants to close the books. New company wants to open books. Any difficulty in this?
No, sir.
No. Now, you only tell me there is only one way to close the books of accounts.
Yes, sir.
To open books, how many ways are there? What do you think?
1 week.
Only one way? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Hardik, raise your hand, madam. Yes, Hardik, what do you think? How many ways are there to open books?
Yes, two ways.
2 ways. What are that 2 ways, beta?
Sir, merger method, purchase method.
No, beta, I don't want anything which is given in the module or that. We have to
Yes.
develop our thinking.
Okay, sir. Sir, this means that all the book value of the assets and liabilities are taken over by the transferee company.
Okay. No, don't use that words.
Okay, sir, I'm not.
Transferee and transferor. Let's understand Vaida is not
Purchasing
aware
company.
about the single concept in amalgamation.
Yes.
So if I tell her merger and purchase, it is very difficult for her.
Yes, sir.
Correct now, Vaidai?
Yes, sir.
So we'll use very basic language. So beta, in simple language, we can say, I will continue with the book values of the old company,
Yes, sir.
or I will revalue these assets and liabilities in my books, and I will take revalued figure. But revalued figure se zyada, revalued is what? It's in your book when you are doing revaluation. Old books, you are changing it. But when you are changing, not changing it, when you are taking these assets and liabilities, so we record it is fair value. What is this called as? Old company will record, old company ke assets and liabilities we will record at fair value. Two ways to record old company's assets and liabilities. किसके assets and liabilities है? वैदही. Whose assets and liabilities? Old
Old company,
company's assets and liabilities. Who is going to record it?
new company,
New company,
either.
because they are buying it, no? Buying it.
Yes.
So either go with book value or go with fair value.
Okay, sir.
Now technically, if you are continuing with book value, it is merger method. And if you are continuing with fair value, it is called as purchase method. Very simple.
Yes, sir.
Any difficulty in understanding?
No, sir.
Now, logically, you tell me when you will continue with the book value. You bought one asset, assume. You bought one flat. Book value of that assets and liability asset in old company means from whom you have taken it. Seller might be he bought it at 30 lakhs, but you bought it at 90 lakhs. So whether you are concerned for his book value?
No, sir.
No. Why you are not concerned? Because you are
Because
buying it from him. He is a third person for you. Now see, in your flat, you have done some renovation. You have done some renovation and you are only going to stay in that flat. So are you concerned for the fair value or you will continue with the book value?
we consider the fair value.
Why, beta? You are going to stay in that home. You are not going to sell that home. You only will live in that. You are going to stay in that home. You are not going to leave that home or sell that home. So, are you concerned at what price you bought it? For example, you bought it at 40 lakhs. And if you are not going to sell it, only renovation work has done. So why you will change the value of that home?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll show it book value.
So you will continue with the book value only, no?
Yes, sir.
So if same shareholder is going to continue, then beta, he will use the book value. Why there is need to calculate fair value? Fair value means again, hectic job is there, beta. That fair value, to change the asset from book value to fair value, it will be difficult. Actually, you can use fair value, no doubt in that. But institute has given option. You can continue with the book value. Don't use fair value. Why? Because you are going to stay in that company. So tell me, if 90% shareholders agreed and they become the shareholder of the new company, old company shareholders are going to become shareholders of new company. So are you going to change your book values to fair value?
No, sir.
No. And this is a logic. Understood? देखो बेटा.
Yes.
Yes. Why they very good. देखो एक ध्यान में लीजिए. Logic is very simple. Merger purchase, don't use this word directly. देखो हार्दिक ने बहुत पढ़ाई किया है, no doubt in that. पर बाकी जो बच्चा है ना, मेरे जैसा बच्चा होगा जो लैंग्वेज ही नहीं समझ पाता है, तो हम लोग कॉन्सेप्ट पे ध्यान देंगे। तो ये लॉजिक क्या है? पहले मैंने ये बताया कि नई कंपनी दो वैल्यू से रिकॉर्ड करेगी, आइदर बुक वैल्यू और फेयर वैल्यू। बुक वैल्यू से जाना कब पसंद करोगे? तो बुक वैल्यू पे तब जाओगे कि मैं ही वो कंपनी में रहने वाला हूं, मैं मेरे ही घर में रहूंगा, तो मेरे घर की वैल्यू क्यों चेंज करनी है? समझ में आ रहा है? पर मेरी कंपनी, मेरा फ्लैट में किसी और को बेच रहा हूं, तो वो और जो है, और मेरा तो मैं बेच दूंगा, पर जो नया लेने वाला है वो मेरे बुक वैल्यू से क्यों कंसर्न रहेगा? मैंने कितने में खरीदा था, मैंने कितने में खरीदा, ये उसके लिए कंसर्न ही नहीं है। मैंने 30 में खरीदा था, मैंने 90 में बेचा, तो भाई साहब जो भी प्रॉफिट हुआ मैं, वो मेरा प्रॉफिट है। समझ आ रहा है? हो गया भाई, कॉन्सेप्ट ओवर। 90% शेयर होल्डर, they become a shareholder of the transferee company. Now see, old company बेटा OR याद रखना, transferor. वैदई, what is this word? Transferor. In CA final, you will understand the concept of acquirer and acquiree. Acquirer and acquiree in business combination. But at interlevel, we call it as transferor, and new company is called as transferee. New company is called as,
Transferring.
हाँ, हाउ टू रिमेंबर दिस? ओ का ओ, ओल्ड कंपनी का ओ, ट्रांसफरर। आई गॉट द कॉन्सेप्ट और नॉट?
Yes, sir.
वेरी गुड। नाउ बेटा, if you are, why there is a 10% criteria? Yes, Hardik. 90% criteria, why there is 90% criteria only?
सर यूनानिमस कंट्रोल कभी पॉसिबल ही नहीं है सर।
हेडफोन हेडफोन निकाल दो। यस,
सर सर यूनानिमस कंट्रोल कभी पॉसिबल ही नहीं हो पाता सर, तो इसलिए लॉ में हमेशा 90 को यूज करते हैं।
वैदई,
Yes, sir.
टेल मी, सपोज in your family, if there is a function, okay, family function,
Yes, sir.
there are some people who will always, they they will not, they will try not to do it in the good manner. Always there, no?
Yes, sir.
Auntie, uncle, okay,
Yes, sir.
definitely they annoy us. So some people are there who is not going to become this, part of the merger method. They will
Yes, sir.
deny. And therefore, if 50% denies, then definitely this is not a merger method. But 10% denies in your company, 10% shareholders say, no, I don't want that merger. They are against it. When GST bill Congress wants to pass, BJP denies. When BJP wants to pass, Congress denies. So, beta, therefore, always means if there is any good move from the government, another party definitely they will deny. Except that Indira Gandhi's movie, BJP also supported for 1971 war. So remember, 90% shareholder, if agree to become the shareholder of new company, very good Nitin, will agree to become the shareholder of new company, and 10% denies, no problem, then it is a merger method. First condition. Second condition, now you are going to state in that company, new company also. So are you going to sell some assets and liabilities? No. Assets, liabilities, and reserves of transferor company will become assets, liabilities, and reserves of transferee company. You are not going to sell anything. You are going to continue with the business. Same business, only name will be changed. Same business should be carried on. And now if I take some business from another person, so I have to pay something, beta. Why they?
Yes, sir.
I have to pay something. And that payment is called as PC. Purchase consideration. Purchase the business, pay the consideration. So it is called as PC. Logical?
Yes, sir.
And that PC, you have to pay it in the form of, now see, new company does not have any balance, cash balance, because you are going to state in your business. So whether you are forming a new company with new assets and liabilities or old assets and liabilities,
Old assets and liabilities.
and you are the same shareholder.
Yes, sir.
So do you have money to pay to yourself? Are you
No,
paying
sir.
to yourself? No. Only and only we can give shares. What we can give to our shareholder?
Shares.
Shares. But shares of which company?
New company.
New company, transferee company. And what happens in this calculation? 2:3 ratio, you may have some fractional shares. What do you have?
Fractional shares.
That fractional shares, no, you cannot give fractional shares, no?
Yes, sir.
0.667. So you
Yes, sir.
can give cash to them for that calculation.
Yes,
So
sir.
cash will be given only for fractional shares. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Ha. And these assets and liabilities and reserves, which you have taken, you will record at book value. Therefore, merger method is there. Why you have to waste money in doing fair value calculation if same shareholder is going to become a shareholder of new company? Fair value calculation means professional people involved. We have to pay fees to them. आप ही के घर में रहने का पैसा देने वाली हो क्या वही दही? You are going to stay in the same home. Are you going to pay for valuer?
No, sir.
Then this is a company. Why you are wasting the money of that shareholder? Only by doing the calculation of fair value. You can continue with the book value, and S14 principle gives you that concept of merger method. Now everything is clear, beta.
Yes, sir.
Logically,
Yes, sir.
90% shareholder are become to shareholders of the new company. Assets and liabilities are taken over by the new company. Same business will be carried on. PC will be given in the form of shares only. Fractional shares may be paid in the form of cash. And assets and liabilities and reserves are recorded at the book value by the new company. So these 5 conditions, if you fulfill, it is called as merger method. 5 mark mil gaye. Writing these 5 conditions, you will get 5 marks. If instead I may ask you in the theory question, what are the conditions of the merger? हार्दिक, ऐसा कौन सा कॉन्सेप्ट था जो अभी आपको क्लिक हुआ या एवरीथिंग क्लियर था?
सर रिवाइज हो गया सर एक
बार रिवाइज हुआ? ऐसा एक भी पॉइंट नहीं था जो आपको नहीं पता था?
नहीं सर, पता था सर.
वेरी गुड. Vaidai, any new point that you understood now, or everything is new for you?
50-50, sir.
50-50.
50-50. Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you explain these 5 conditions?
Yes, sir. In merger method, if you want to find that it's a merger method, we have to satisfy 5 of the conditions. First is if the old shareholders, the 90% of the shareholders agrees to continue the business in the new company, then it is a merger method. And if assets, liabilities, and reserves of the transferor company goes to the transferee company at the book value, then it is a merger method.
Book
And
value
if
will
the
take at
same
the next condition, 5th condition.
yes, sir.
Assets and
If the
liabilities of
same
transfer company will be taken over by new company.
transferring
All assets
company,
and liabilities. Huh.
then same business is carried on by the transferee company, then the purchase consideration will be agreed to pay on shares, and if there is any fractional shares, then it will be paid on cash. Then the 5th point is the asset, liability, and reserves is recorded at the book value.
Acha,
Then
PC is
it
paid to owners or outsiders?
owners.
Owners. Owners means
Owners.
यहाँ पे it will be equity shareholder plus preference holder both, huh? Not debenture
Yes.
holders. Okay. If these
Okay.
conditions are not fulfilled, then it is called as purchase method. Means 90% shareholder are not agreed. PC is not paid in the form of shares only. Assets and liabilities are recorded at fair value. So if these conditions are not fulfilled, then it is called as a purchase method. So first step, nothing better. Sakshi, first condition is assets and liabilities and reserves are taken over by the new company. Assets and liabilities and reserves are taken over by the new company. This is the first condition. Oh, nahi. First condition is 90% of the shareholder should agree to become the shareholder of new company. 90% of the shareholder of old company should agree to become the shareholder of new company. Sakshi, this was the first condition. Why I am going very slowly.
Yes, sir.
I am
No, sir.
explaining each and every concept in detail. If you are saying, ki, sir, no, do not take it in detail, I will be happy. My time will get saved. But okay, if you are not sure about these concepts, you can tell me. I will take it in proper way. Yes, Pooja. What is the difficulty, beta?
सर जब 51% से काम चल नहीं सकता है तो 90% क्यों लिया जा रहा है यहाँ पर?
क्या क्या क्या?
यहाँ पर 90% जो लिया गया है सर,
हाँ,
वो 51% से भी तो काम चल सकता था।
90% लोगों ने हाँ बोलना चाहिए, हम उनके साथ कंटिन्यू करेंगे।
सर अगर 51% अगर बोल दे तो भी तो मतलब मर्ज
नहीं
हो
ना,
सकता है।
51% का सिर्फ आपने लिया तो बेटा आप माइनॉरिटी वालों को नहीं देख रहे हो। 49% ये बड़ा नंबर होता है। एक आपको जनरली मैं बताता हूँ पूजा, इन सिंपल वे। सपोज एक एग्जांपल दे रहा हूं इन फनी लैंग्वेज। सपोज पूजा जी इज डूइंग एक लव मैरिज कर रहे हो आप, और मम्मी रेडी है, पापा रेडी नहीं है, लाइफ टाइम पापा बोलने वाले नहीं है। तो ये कंसर्न, मुझे एक बात बताओ, बड़ा कंसर्न है ना ये?
यस सर।
51 पर मम्मी हुई है, सिर्फ पापा ने नहीं बोल दिया। पर वही चीज देखा दी, बुआ अपनी राजी नहीं है लव मैरिज में, पापा मम्मी दोनों खुश है, तो वो 5% वो बुआ घर में ही रहती है आपके, तो 5% के लिए आप क्या वो फंक्शन होने नहीं दोगे क्या? बुआ नाराज है इसलिए।
नो सर।
तो बुआ तो नाराज रहने वाली है, वो छोड़ दो। अपने मम्मी पापा खुश तो खत्म, पर मम्मी खुश और पापा खुश नहीं है तो नहीं होना चाहिए फिर शादी। पापा लाइफ टाइम नहीं बोलने वाले हैं तो ठीक है, छोड़ दिया। फिर फैमिली का सोचना चाहिए। तो 90% ये बड़ा नंबर है।
यस सर।
ये हाँ बोले तो वो बुआ वाला नंबर जो है ना, वो 10% वाला है।
ओके
भी
सर।
समझ गए?
यस सर।
वाह, ऐसे कॉन्सेप्ट तुरंत समझ जाते हो हाँ। चलिए ठीक है, ओके। तो ये एग्जाम्पल फनी लेवल था थोड़ा सा, पर याद रह जाएगा आप लोगों को जिनको भी ये कॉन्सेप्ट 90% ही क्यों, 51% क्यों नहीं। भाई 51% मतलब खुशी से एमलगमेशन नहीं हुआ है, तो मर्जर मेथड ये खुशी से है। Whether you got the example?
Yes, somewhat, sir.
You got it? Okay.
Yes, somewhat I got it, sir. Not really.
Yes. Pua means what?
पापा।
Marriage.
Auntie, auntie,
Marriage.
auntie. Okay. So amalgamation now what is the whether our aim is to close the books of accounts in case of
Transferor company.
transferor company. Now tell me what is there in the transferor company? Equity share capital is there.
Preference share capital.
Preference share capital will be there. Reserves and surplus
Reserve.
will be there. Liabilities over there.
Yes, sir.
Assets will be there. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So this is the balance sheet of which company?
Transferor.
Transfer company. And tell me, new company will pay to these holders. Assume preference shareholder को they paid preference shares, and equity shareholder को they paid equity shares plus cash. It is called as PC. What is called as?
PC.
Purchase
Purchase
consideration.
consideration.
Remember?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we are going to close these books and we are going to pay equity shares,
And
cash,
preference.
and preference shares of which company?
New company.
New company to shareholders of old company.
Yes, sir.
Concept is easy.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now first we will try to understand the sequence. What is the first entry? We will close asset. So asset transferred. So asset will get over.
Yes, sir.
Say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Second, we will transfer liabilities. So liabilities transfer is the next step. Are you writing
Yes.
these steps?
Yes, sir.
Write it. Write it down. New company, old company.
Yes, sir.
Third entry. Now new company is paying something to old company shareholders.
Yes, sir. Purchase
So we
consideration.
will call it as purchase consideration. And what sir always, but when I explain you personal account, what is the first relationship that we have? Receiving settlement relationship or due relationship?
Due relationship.
So we will call it as PC due. Settlement will do afterwards.
Yes, sir.
Correct? Eh? PC
Yes, sir.
will be due.
Due.
And new company will be debtor for you, no?
Yes, sir.
For old company, new company is debtor.
Data.
Fourth entry, preference share capital, we want to finish it off. So preference share capital transfer.
Yes, sir.
And see, equity share capital and reserves and surplus is like husband wife. They will also get transfer. Share capital plus reserves and surplus. Equity share capital, not preference share capital. Because reserves and surplus belongs to equity
Equity share.
shareholders, not preference shareholders.
Yes, sir.
Now sixth entry, beta, PC will get discharge. PC will get discharge. Settlement. What we will call it as?
Discharge.
PC discharge. What is the seventh entry we have? Then beta, it might happen that realization expenses old company will pay. Old company. It might be paid by new company or old company as per agreement. As per agreement, we have to see that realization expenses paid. What is the next concept? Realization account closed. Realization ka account we have closed it. And what is the next concept? Realization account we closed. Then we will pay to preference shareholders. And last May, we will pay to equity
share.
shareholders. Realization account closed. It might be profit. It might be loss. How many entries, beta?
10 entries, sir.
10 entries we have to understand.
Yes, sir.
ये sequence को याद कर लो. First you recall this sequence. We'll see entry afterwards. Today I am going to tell you only. I don't think we will finish with the transferee company. So here we will only and only focus on
Transfer.
transfer books. Ledger account also we are going to start today itself. How many entries you have to focus, beta? So
10
now,
entries.
tomorrow I want all 10 entries. All 10 entries from every student. जितने भी attend कर रहे, all of you बेटा, tomorrow you will tell me all the entries. Randomly I will ask you any entry out of this 10. And tomorrow, Balesh ji, I don't want any excuse. Sai Kiran, tomorrow you have to answer every entry. Yes. चलो. Yes, beta Vaidai. Without looking into this 10 steps, can you explain me these 10 steps?
Yes, sir. First, we have to close the asset. So assets should be transferred. Then liability should be transferred. Then due for the purchase consideration. Then equity share transfer account. Preference share transfer account. Then equity share capital transfer account. Then we have to discharge the purchase consideration. Then we have to close the realization account.
No,
Then the
first
profit of
realization
realization.
expenses paid.
Realization expenses is to be paid. Then realization account should be closed and the balance should be transferred to the equity shareholders. Then we have to pay to the preference shareholders. Then we have to pay to the equity shareholders.
Very good, beta. क्या बात है. वैसे इतना फास्ट कैसे याद हो जाता है? How you can recall all these things so
Sir,
quickly?
now only we studied, sir, so I can keep it in mind.
Okay. Vaidai, I want to ask you, some of your South Indian students, they find normally the accent problem with, other part of India. Are you
Yes, sir.
comfortable in understanding the concept?
So in English I can comfortably understand, but not in Hindi.
Hindi. Okay. No problem. Yes. So now tell me, asset transfer. What is the first entry we are going to pass?
Asset
Asset
transfer.
has which balance, beta?
Debit balance, so you have to credit
So
it.
we will give credit, and which account I am going to give?
Realization account.
Realization account. Immediately I will open realization account. Realization is a temporary account.
Yes, sir.
And why we open this account? Because every entry we will pass debit and see asset we will transfer at book value, and whatever we are realizing from this we will pass selling price value.
Yes, sir.
So are you interested in passing one by one entry, or if we pass profit only one entry, it will be easy for us?
One entry will be easy for us.
Only one entry. Okay. So we will
Yes, sir.
transfer all assets to realization account. And whatever PC we will get from the new company, we will record on the credit side. So that will be easy. Directly we will get profit or loss. Instead of passing, otherwise, what is the second option that we have? Pass profit or loss for every asset and every liability. Lengthy process. So it's better. What we'll do, we will open one temporary account. And what is the name of that temporary account?
Realization account.
Realization account. Everyone is clear? If we don't open realization account, then we have to pass single entry for every asset. Single profit or loss for every asset and liability. So it's better to record individually. It's record total. Okay. So we will go by gross approach, not individual approach. Second entry. So asset account closed, beta. Asset account
Yes, sir.
closed.
Yes, sir.
Second entry, beta.
Liability is to be closed. So liability account debit to realization account.
Very good, beta. Liabilities has credit balance, so give debit, and to realization
By liabilities.
by liabilities. At which value?
Book value.
You are getting this?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Third entry. What is the third entry?
Purchase consideration due entry.
So they are paying for taking assets and liabilities. They are going to pay you, not now. So they are your debtors. Debtors has which balance, beta?
Debit balance.
Debit balance. Can I write transferee company account debit? New company, no?
Yes, sir.
But we do not have any assets and liabilities. It is already closed in which account?
Realization account.
So I will not pass any assets and liabilities. I will directly write to realization. Simple. Because instead of assets and liabilities, we are getting this amount.
Yes.
For that business. But we do not have assets and liabilities in now my books. Why? Because it is already close to which account?
Realization.
Realization account. So I will pass the entry new company account debit to realization. Got the logic?
Yes, sir.
So which is the new account that I will open?
Transferee Transferee account.
Transferee company is your debtor.
Yes, sir.
And when they will settle the transaction, they will become giver.
Yes, sir.
Debtor becomes giver, no?
Yes, sir.
When they will settle in future. So
Yes,
can I
sir.
write to realization
Yes, sir.
and by transferee PC due. PC due means PC value. Book value is different, might be different from PC value. PC is the consideration which is decided by two companies. So it is might be different from book value. Got the concept?
Yes, sir.
It might be different from the book value. Over third entry. Understood?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What is the fourth entry, beta? Preference share capital. Preference share capital has which balance, beta? Capital has which balance?
Credit balance.
Will use debit.
Yes,
I
sir.
won't write all names. So it is preference share capital account debit. Balance 0.
Yes, sir.
And I will open to preference share holder for that. Which account I am going to open?
Preference shareholder account.
So preference shareholder is our creditor. We have to pay him, no beta?
Yes, sir.
And when he receives this settlement, he is our receiver.
Yes, sir.
Equity shareholder is also our creditor. And when we settle him, he becomes receiver. So we start with credit balance and we will end it with receiver balance.
Yes.
We'll start with creditor, here ends with receiver. And here we'll start with debtors and we will end up with giver. Logically clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So I will write over here by preference share capital. I will write in credit side by preference share capital. This is due entry. This is settlement entry. So preference share capital transferred, beta.
Yes, sir.
Similarly,
Equity
share capital account debit.
To equity shareholder.
No. What about reserves and surplus, my dear? Yes. Reserves and surplus is also transferred to equity shareholder. Got the concept? Yes, so on which side I will write, beta?
Credit side.
By equity share capital and by reserves and surplus. 5 entries are over. Tell me without looking into this. First entry.
First entry asset is to be closed. So realization account debit to asset account. Then liability is to be closed. Liabilities as a credit balance. So we have to debit it. Liability account debit to realization account. Then purchase consideration due entry. So which is to be given by transferee company. So transferee is a debtor. So transferee account debit to realization account. Next is transfer of preference shareholder account. So preference share capital has a credit balance. So now we have to debit it. So preference share capital account debit to preference shareholder account. Then equity shareholder. So equity share capital has a credit balance. So now we have to debit it by equity share capital account debit, and reserves also belongs to equity shareholder. So reserves and surplus account debit to equity shareholder account.
Very good, beta. Now what new company will pay us?
Purchase consideration.
Yes. So what is the entry, beta?
Bank or shares.
Equity shares in new company or transferee company. Comes in, no? Equity shares.
Yes, sir.
Asset है ना ये?
Yes, sir.
Comes in. Preference shares in transferee company. Bank balance. Or they might give you debentures also. They might give you debentures. And who has given this?
Transferee company.
To transferee company. He is giver or receiver, beta?
Giver.
Giver. So our transferee company accounts get closed, no? Transferee debit, transferee credit.
Yes, sir.
So transferee is also closed. By equity shares in transferee. By preference shares in transferee. By bank account. So beta, we will open now equity shares in transferee company. Either comes in and here goes out. Preference shares in transferee company, same. And cash or bank same comes in and goes out. Actually, bank is a receiver giver. So what I will write over here, to transferee company,
Transferee company.
to transferee company,
To
to
transfer.
transferee company. And which account got closed?
Transferee company.
Transferee company account got closed. Over. So transferee company को याद कैसे रखना है? Transferee company is a debtor. Debtor means debit side. To realization. Credit side, PC discharge. Buy equity shares in new company. Buy preference shares in new company. Buy bank account. Debtor and giver.
Yes, sir.
Easy to recall the pro forma.
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow I want every one of you will tell me the pro forma directly without looking into journal entries. Just visualize debtor and giver. Creditor and receiver. Creditor and receiver. Comes in, goes out. Realization account is a temporary account. To assets by liabilities by new company. Till now. Easy है?
Yes, sir.
Now pro formas are easy beta. 7 number. Realization expenses paid. What will be the entry for realization expenses paid?
Expenses
Realization account debit. Cash goes out or comes in?
goes out.
To cash or bank. If we paid it, if transferee paid it, then we cannot pass any entry. Who is
Yes, sir.
paying it? Transferor, old company. So realization to bank, expenses paid. Over.
Yes, sir.
Now with a realization account, we are going to close. We are going to close which account? Realization. Now realization debit means loss and credit means gain. Say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
But before that, sorry, my mistake. Before preference shareholder paid and then realization expenses is cancelled. Close. Sorry, ये एक mistake हो गया मेरा. First we will pay preference shareholders. First we will pay
Preference shareholders.
So first I will pay preference shareholder account. He is a receiver.
Yes, sir.
And what we are paying him?
Equity
To preference shares in
transferee.
preference shares. I assume I paid only preference shares. You may pay debenture, you may pay equity shares, but what we paid him?
Preference shares in transferee company.
You have preference shareholder. You are
Yes,
you
sir.
are having preference share capital. Now we are paying only preference shares of new company.
Yes, sir.
But his book value might be different than settlement value.
Yes, sir.
Say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
If we are paying him excess amount than the book value, so who will get less amount? Equity shareholder will get the less amount. Suppose you and your brother, yes beta, both of you, I am giving you one Cadbury. If I am giving extra Cadbury, extra means suppose I have 3 Cadburys and I have given your brother 2 Cadburys, so you will get only 1 Cadbury. So I am giving extra Cadbury to your brother, so who will suffer? You will suffer.
Yes, sir.
And if I am giving you 2 Cadburys, then who will suffer? It's a profit.
Yes, sir.
For you. And we are always thinking from the equity shareholder angle. We are always thinking from whose angle?
Equity shareholder.
Equity shareholder. So, if we are giving less amount, realization account will be debited. And if we are giving, if we are giving less amount to, more amount to preference shareholder, it's a loss to the equity shareholder. It's a loss to the
equity shareholders.
And if we are paying less amount to preference shareholder, settlement is less than the book value, it's a gain to
equity shareholders.
Gain to equity shareholders. And we always prepare a realization account from whose angle, beta?
Equity shareholders.
So here two preference shareholder, excess paid, and by preference shareholder, less paid.
Yes, sir.
Whatever the less amount we paid, it is the credited. And excess amount paid, then it's our loss. That difference. Correct? And preference shareholder account के credit side में by realization, if excess paid, and to realization, if less paid. Correct hai?
Yes, sir.
Now what we are paying them? 2 preference shares
Preference
in
in transferring
transferee
company.
company. So this account got closed,
Yes, sir.
and here I will write buy comes in from transferee, and to whom you are paying it?
Preference shareholder.
Preference shareholder. So buy preference shareholder will be credited.
Yes.
Over. So preference shares account got closed,
Yes, sir.
and preference shareholder account got closed, and preference shares in new company got closed. 9 number. Now we are going to close which account, beta? All accounts are got closed.
Equity shareholder.
Realization account. So realization account, if a credit balance, so we will give debit. Realization credit means credit side is more.
Yes,
And
sir.
to whom this benefit will get?
Equity shareholder.
So this is a profit transfer. Profit transfer. And what will be the loss if there?
Equity shareholder account debit to
Equity
realization.
shareholder will be in loss. तो उनको डेबिट आएगा, इक्विटी शोल्डर डेटर हो जाएंगे, एंड इक्विटी if profit transfer, तो we have to pay them, so they become creditor and realization account is debited.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so to equity shareholder if profit, and by equity shareholder if
Loss.
And equity shareholder to realization or by realization. By realization if profit.
Loss.
Profit.
Profit.
We have creditor now, we have to pay them. So their balance will increase only profit. Loss hoga to we'll take from them. So it will be
Yes, sir.
debited.
Yes, sir.
Logic. And now realization account close, and we are paying to whom?
Equity shareholder.
Equity shareholder. So equity shareholder ko what we are paying?
Equity shares in transferee company.
And bank account. So equity shareholder to equity shares in transferee company or to bank. So this account will get tallied. कौन सा account tally होगा?
Equity shareholder.
And by equity shareholder. Over. All accounts are over.
Yes.
Watch this 30 minutes once again.
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow you do practice of this realization account. I will show you how I am going to think on this. So beta, all these 10 entries, you watch it once again.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I have written it in very bad handwriting, beta. Yes. So I will give you screenshots. हार्दिक, नया क्या था बेटा अभी आपके लिए?
सर रिवाइज हो गया सर सारा, और ढंग से और अच्छे से समझ में आ गया.
क्या अच्छे से समझा आपको?
सर आता ही था सर, याद था सारा.
क्या?
याद था सर.
याद था. Very good. You are also using the same debtor, giver, creditor, receiver. क्या वो नया था?
सर वो नहीं आता, वो चीज नहीं थी सर.
लेजर अकाउंट्स के प्रोफॉर्मास याद करने के बेटा हमेशा,
यस सर.
विदाउट लुकिंग इनटू जर्नल एंट्रीज, याद आना चाहिए.
यस सर.
स्क्रीनशॉट 1 ले लो.
डन सर.
डन. ये मैंने बहुत ही गंदा लिखा है रे.
नहीं सर, साथ साथ लिखते गए हैं वैसे तो.
साथ में लिख लिया ना?
यस सर.
6 7 8 फिर भी ले लो एक बार.
डन सर.
हार्दिक, कल मुझे अच्छे से लिख के भेजना ये एंट्रीज.
सर वही वाला नंबर पे.
हाँ,
वही वाला नंबर
इसकी
ना.
पीडीएफ फाइल तैयार करना.
नहीं सर, वही वाला नंबर था ना जो आपने दिया था.
भेज दोगे ना?
सर नंबर मैं पूछा था वही वाला था ना.
हाँ, वही वाला.
ठीक.
7887878140.
यस सर, भेज दूंगा सर.
कोई 1 2 लोग भेज दो.
डन सर.
Done. So tomorrow I will show you this.
डन सर. डन सर. डन सर.
Tomorrow what I am expecting from you? For example, suppose if I open realization account, so you have to answer like this. It does not have any balance. Actually, debit side loss hoga, credit side profit hoga. If credit balance is more, it's a profit. To asset, buy liabilities, book value पे, buy PC due हुआ तो buy new company, that is a transferee company. Then to preference shareholders, buy preference shareholders. Preference shareholders, if you are paying excess amount to them, and if you are paying short amount to them, it's your gain. Because ultimately, if you are paying excess to them, then it means it's loss to your equity shareholder. And finally, if profit is there, then equity shareholder account will be a balancing figure. And by equity shareholder, if loss is transferred. Vaidahi, you have to tell me it in this way.
Sir, to
Yes, sir.
cash expenses.
One more point. To cash is realization expenses. रह गया. Okay. Then I ask you randomly, preference shares in new company.
To transferee company
To transferee company, very good beta.
by preference share
And goes
capital
out to by preference
shareholder.
shareholder. By preference share
Holder.
holder. Understood?
Yes, sir.
If I ask you preference shareholder account,
By preference share capital.
he is creditor first like this, and then he
Yes, sir.
becomes receiver. First identify this, creditor receiver.
Yes, sir.
By preference share capital,
Yes, sir. To preference share in transferee company.
to preference shares in transferee company,
Transferee company.
but
And if
may have
goes to
extra amount
realization
to realization
and
and
if
by
gain by
realization.
realization.
Short amount if he paid to us, paid to preference holder, then to realization. And if excess amount is paid to preference holder, by realization. Exactly reverse. Excess, short. Here, short, excess.
Yes,
Got this?
yes, sir.
Equity shares in new company. What do you have to understand?
Sir, comes in and goes out.
Comes in and goes out. Comes in from whom?
Sir, from
Transferee company.
transferee company.
Transferee company. And goes out to? Equity shareholder account.
Comes in goes out.
है
Receiver and
क्रेडिटर
creditor.
एंड रिसीवर. अरे क्या कर रहे हो भाई? क्रेडिटर एंड
Receiver.
रिसीवर.
By
By
equity
equity share capital, by
By
reserves and surplus,
surplus. To equity shares in new
to
company.
realization, loss transferred,
Loss transfer.
by realization, profit transferred,
And to
and then to equity shares in new company and to bank. Randomly any account. Minimum 5 times you recall. First, what you can do? You can write it with along with journal entries. Then second time, you write only ledger accounts. Then third time, again you will write by your own journal entries and ledger accounts. Fourth time, again sequence. And then randomly any account. Randomly in the same way. Minimum 5 times. First time journal entry along with ledger, how I posted. Then only ledger accounts. Then again journal entry and ledger accounts. Then again ledger accounts in sequence. And then randomly any ledger account. 5 times if you revise it. Don't give any excuse. If you want to have grip over this chapter. Vaidai, I don't want any excuse tomorrow. Sir,
yes,
I
sir.
was not well. Sir, I have some party. I don't want any excuse on tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So, guys, I hope I have done it very easy. Means already you are aware about all concepts. But जो स्टूडेंट्स ने पहले अच्छे से नहीं किया था, अभी उनका बहुत अच्छे से हो जाएगा. But when if you do revisions, I'm going to ask you any entry. any ledger account. I will not ask you ledger journal entries. Normally I will ask you only ledger accounts. So have grip over the ledger accounts because institute favorite question is ledger accounts instead of journal entries. And tomorrow we'll take entries in the books of transferee company. So next session में on Thursday we can solve illustrations. So this is all for today's session. Buyback भी खत्म हुआ. Along with that we have seen amalgamation. You people enjoyed amalgamation बेटा, ऐसा मुझे लग रहा है. Yes. प्रीति कुमारी जी. Yes. कुछ नया था बेटा आज आपके लिए?
सर वो ड्यू रिलेशनशिप सेटलमेंट रिलेशनशिप वो नया था, बाकी तो आता था।
बाकी आता था पर अभी बहुत इजी हो गया क्या बेटा ये चैप्टर?
हाँ सर, अब और ज्यादा इजी हो गया है।
कैश फ्लो जैसे हो गया क्या?
हाँ सर।
कोई भी ऑप्शन में नहीं छोड़ेगा ये चैप्टर अभी?
नहीं सर।
एंड कल तो परसों तो बेटा मैं आपको रैंडमली जैसे कैश फ्लो हम लोग रफ में कर रहे थे ना,
यस
तो मैं
सर।
आपको इजीली बता दूंगा कि इसका आंसर कितना है. आप ओरली कैलकुलेट कर सकते हो क्या एमलगमेशन के क्वेश्चंस?
अभी तो नहीं सर, बट
अभी
5 टाइम्स रिवीजन हो जाएगा तो
नहीं नहीं
कर
नहीं,
लेंगे।
ये रिवीजन तो ये सिर्फ एंट्रीज का है. परसों ऐसे टेक्निक्स दूंगा कि आप रैंडमली ओरली बता दोगे कि ये कितने से टैली होने वाला है.
वो सर कोई ट्रिक होता है ना उससे जल्दी से करने का, ट्रिक होता है सर शायद उसका,
क्या क्या?
कोई ट्रिक होता है सर शायद उसका जल्दी से कैलकुलेट करने का।
नहीं समझा प्रीति, क्या बोल रहे हो?
ट्रिक होता है क्या, कुछ बोल के पूछ रहा हूँ।
सर मैं पूछा था कि सर जल्दी कैलकुलेट करने का कोई ट्रिक होता है क्या?
जल्दी कैलकुलेट करने को
कोई
ट्रिक।
ट्रिक?
ट्रिक है? अच्छा हाँ है ना.
अच्छा, वही
तो
चीज।
डायरेक्टली बताऊंगा ना, वो वही तो टेक्निक परसों समझाऊंगा.
ओके।
थर्सडे को वही टेक्निक. आप अभी क्या करते हो, आप पूरा सॉल्व करते बैठते हो ना.
यस सर।
आपको जब रिवाइज करना है वो टेक्निक दूंगा.
ओके सर।
यस चलो, थैंक यू, टेक केयर,
थैंक यू
बाय
सर।
बाय.
थैंक
थैंक
यू
यू।
सर।
यस, गुड डे. डन डन.